Hey, how's it going, y'all? Hope you are enjoying the new year. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button because we have all the latest TV show recaps, social media scandals, updates, and famous artists' history. Snoop Dogg is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Snoop Dogg has contributed a lot to the West Coast hip-hop resurgence back in the 90s. Snoop Dogg is a very successful American rapper, record producer, and actor. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest and most influential rappers of all time. Known for his signature drawled lyrics, which often use melodic rhyming, repetition, wordplay, laconic phrases, syncopation, and alliteration, his music often addresses the lifestyle and culture of the West Coast and social issues such as gun violence and stability for the youth. His initial fame dates back to 1992, following his guest appearance on Dr. Dre's debut solo single, Deep Cover, and later on Dre's debut album, The Chronic, that same year. Snoop has since sold over 23 million albums in the United States and 35 million albums worldwide. His accolades include an American Music Award, a Primetime Emmy Award, and 17 Grammy Award nominations. He is also founder of Doggy Style Records, owner of Death Row Records, and executive creative consultant at Def Jam Recordings. Snoop, real name Calvin Cordozar Broadus Jr., was born on October 20th, 1971, better known by his stage name Snoop Doggy Dogg, born in Long Beach, California, to Beverly Tate and Vernell Varnado. Vernell Varnado was a Vietnam War veteran, singer, and mail carrier, and left the family only 3 months after Broadus's birth, and thus he was named after his stepfather, Calvin Cordozar Broadus Sr. His biological father remained largely absent from his life. As a boy, his mother nicknamed him Snoopy due to his love for and likeness to the cartoon character from Peanuts. He was the second of his mother's 3 sons. His mother and stepfather divorced in 1975. Snoop Dogg was raised Baptist and began singing and playing piano at Golgotha Trinity Baptist Church when he was very young. His mother, a member of the church choir, was one of his prime musical influences growing up and introduced him to old-school R&B music. In his youth, Snoop sold candy, delivered newspapers, and bagged groceries. Snoop was described as having been a dedicated student and enthusiastic churchgoer, active in choir and American football. In 6th grade, Snoop began rapping. He would frequently rap in school, as he recalled. "When I rapped in the hallways at school, I would draw such a big crowd that the principal would think there was a fight going on. It made me begin to realize that I had a gift. I could tell that my raps interested people, and that made me interested in myself." In his teenage years, Snoop began engaging in unlawful activities and joining gangs, despite his mother's preventive efforts. He was a member of the Rollin' 20s Crips gang in the East Side neighborhood of Long Beach in 1993, however. He denied the frequent police and media reports by saying that he never joined a gang. Shortly after graduating from Long Beach Polytechnic High School in 1989, he was arrested for possession of cocaine and for the next 3 years was frequently incarcerated, including at Wayside Jail. With his 2 cousins, Nate Dogg and Lil Half Dead, and friend Warren G., he recorded homemade tapes. The 4 called their group the 213, after the area code of their native Long Beach at that time. One of Snoop's early solo freestyles over Hold On by En Vogue was on a mixtape that fortuitously wound up with Dr. Dre. The influential producer was so impressed by the sample that he called Snoop to audition in 1991 for his label Death Row Records, then known as Future Shock. Former NWA affiliate, American rapper Tracy Lynn Curry, better known as the DOC, taught him to structure his lyrics and separate the themes into verses, hooks, and choruses. Snoop Dogg was introduced to Dr. Dre by Warren G., who gave him Snoop's cassette tape. Snoop then signed with Dre's label, Future Shock Records, which later became known as Death Row Records. Dr. Dre began working with him, first on the theme song of the 1992 film Deep Cover, and then on Dr. Dre's debut solo album, The Chronic, along with the other members of his former starting group, the Dog Pound. Produced entirely by Dr. Dre, Broadus's debut studio album, Doggy Style, 1993, was released by Death Row Records and debuted atop the Billboard 200. Selling 806,000 copies in its first week, the album received quadruple platinum certification by the Recording Industry Association of America the following year and spawned the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 singles What's My Name and Gin and Juice. He was the lead performer on Death Row's soundtrack album for the 1994 short film Murder Was the Case, wherein Broadus made his acting debut. Snoop Dogg had a few rivals during his prolific career. One of his rivals was Eazy-E. Remember that track from Eazy-E, Real Mother Effin' G's? The infamous diss track aimed at Dre and Snoop Dogg from back in the day? According to reports, Snoop Dogg recently revealed that he holds a surprising admiration for Real Mother Effin' G's, Eazy-E's sharp diss track aimed at him and Dr. Dre, admitting that he finds himself revisiting it often. Reflecting on the song's initial impact, Snoop considered how his view has evolved since its release. He said in response, "F no. Ninja what? F them fools. You don't want to give no ninja credit when a ninja dissing you, and we was on them ninjas' heads. We had that track What Would You Do? We had the Dre Day track. We were busting them upside the head. But when they dropped that mother effer, oh, we felt that one. The other shit we didn't feel. But that mother effer right there, Eazy-E was going in on a ninja for real." Additionally, Snoop openly shared that he was initially shocked by the harsh words from Eazy-E, one of his hip-hop idols, given the deep impact it had on him. The rapper stated, "I was like, damn, I love Eazy. Why he going so hard on me? But then I had to think, look what you did to him. Look what you said about him. I didn't even get off to a good start with somebody that I really loved." Snoop noted that he took conflict as a personal matter, while Dr. Dre saw it as just business, keeping a respectful distance from his former NWA groupmate outside of their public exchanges. In 1998, Snoop parted ways with Death Row in favor of Master P's No Limit Records, through which he saw largely continued success with his albums The Game Is to Be Sold, Not to Be Told from 1998, the No Limit Top Dog album from 1999, and the Last Meal album from 2000. He then signed with Priority Capital and EMI Records to release his sixth album, Paid the Cost to Be the Boss, 2002, which was further commercially oriented. This effectively continued upon him signing with Geffen Records to release his next three albums, R&G, Rhythm and Gangsta, The Masterpiece, 2004, The Blue Carpet Treatment, 2006, and Ego Trippin', 2008. The former spawned the single Drop It Like It's Hot, featuring Pharrell, which became his first to peak atop the Billboard Hot 100. He then returned to Priority and Capital upon his hiring as chairman of the former label to release his 10th and 11th albums, Malice in Wonderland, 2009, and Dogumentary, 2011, both of which saw mild critical and commercial response. Reflecting on the song's initial impact, Snoop considered how his view has evolved since its release. Also that year, Snoop was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 2022, he acquired Death Row Records from MNRK Music Group, formerly known as E1 Music, and released his 19th studio album, BODR, 2022, preceded by the independently released I Wanna Thank Me, 2019, and From the Streets to the Suites, 2021. On December 13, 2024, he released his 20th studio album, Missionary, which became his highest charting album since 2015, peaking within the top 20 of the Billboard 200. Snoop Dogg has made many show appearances, including NBA playoffs and WWE events. He's friends with The Undertaker, Adam Sandler, Danny Trejo, and many other celebrities. He's even a Fortnite DLC character, for Christ's sake. He also worked with many artists over the years, including Stevie Wonder, Katy Perry, and Mariah Carey, and now a small London charity for people with learning disabilities has joined that list. The rapper, with Dr. Dre, sampled the song Watermelon Fantasy, released by the charity Daylight Studio in 2018 for the single Out of the Blue from their new album Missionary. The track Fantasy is performed by 3 artists with learning disabilities, and produced by the founder of Daylight Studio and one of its trustees. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre have, between them, sold millions of records and have 42 Grammy Award nominations. Hope you enjoyed our History of Snoop Dogg video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.